for Ohio State basketball. The Buckeyes are preparing for battle, and you're preparing to listen to them. Equally important, this is Fan Warmup.
Happy Black Friday, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic start to your weekend. Thanksgiving was yesterday. We got the Buckeyes traveling to Pittsburgh tonight. Should be a fun game. First true road test for the Buckeyes. How about this? First time that you've started 6-0 on the season since the 2019-2020 year. If you weren't watching, if you weren't listening, last game 113-60 was the final score against the Mount St. Mary's in their last game, and then the game before that, a 91-58 victory over Western Michigan. Everything has been firing on all cylinders, I feel like, offensively, defensively, for this team in the last couple of games. Jake Diebler on Tuesday evening on their performance in the last couple of games. It simply for them came down to preparation.
Yeah, we got to continue to show improvement in the amount of high-level possessions we're putting together on offense and defense. That's why it was so important for us to play the way we did the last two games, because we didn't do that enough, felt like, against Notre Dame. So our guys deserve a ton of credit because we've really pushed, the last I guess maybe a week and a half or whatever it's been in practice to get back to doing what we do offensively and being able to be ultra connected and execute scouting reports better defensively. So give them credit. This team works really hard. This team prepares really well. And I think we're seeing the way we've played the last couple games is a byproduct of that. Now, listen, we're going on the road against an ACC team, so we know the challenges that presents. And so we have to continue, like, even from tonight to Friday, we got to have 2 really good days of preparation and continue to get better.
How about the performance against Mount St. Mary's? 3 Buckeyes set their career highs. John Mobley Jr., 26 points, and he was all over the place, too. He was hitting all kinds of different shots, mid-range shots, long-range shots. It was all good for John Mobley Jr. Ivan Yagovin, perfect 7 for 7, and all of them coming in the final 20 minutes of the game. He notched 15 points. And then Tayson Chapman hit 3 3-pointers late in the game, and he finished with 9 points. So all in all, it was a great percentage, great win for Ohio State. Again, these teams that you're playing, okay, that's fine. You can look at them as you want to, but you still have to win the games, and that's exactly what they did. And we know that this game coming down the pipe, Ohio State had this circled on their schedule. Jake Diebler was adamant about it in the postgame. Luke Simons was adamant about it in the postgame when we talked to him, talking about the performance against Pittsburgh last year, and then the last season's loss. What are they looking forward to as they face their first true road test of the season tonight in Pittsburgh?
I think there's an element to that, especially for the guys who were here last year. But, what we continue to talk about before games, it's about us. And it's about, being able to have as many possessions as possible that are a high level and on our terms, both offensively and defensively. So obviously that was just really a big time, kind of wild at times down the stretch game. And, we know they got significant time to prepare for us, and we know that we're going to get their absolute best shot going into their gym. And so we got to return the favor and give our absolute best shot. That's the biggest thing we're preparing for, is to execute on both sides of the ball and play our best ball yet come Friday.
If you don't remember that game, I don't blame you for that. It was also last Black Friday. The game went to overtime at the shot. Ohio State had a comfortable lead. Pitt came back. They forced overtime. And then Pittsburgh, unfortunately, made a buzzer beater at the end. Let's go out to Pittsburgh and check in with our great friend Ron Stokes.
It's time to go inside the Buckeyes with OSU basketball analyst and former captain Ron Stokes.
Ron, before we talk some hoops coming up tonight, first road game of the season for the Buckeyes, a very happy Thanksgiving. How was it? You and the fam, did you travel out with the team last night? What was your schedule?
I did not. Because of the proximity of this game, I was able to stay
Nice.
with the family last night, and I drove over this morning. And so it was fantastic. Thanks for asking. Hope yours was good as well.
It was good. Yeah, it was really good. We had 3 under 5 running around. It was like WrestleMania at my mother-in-law's house, so it was good.
all good.
We also had 3 dogs under 5, too, so WrestleMania with the kids and the dogs. But thank you for asking. Everything was good. Ron, what was the most impressive thing to you with the victory earlier in the week against Mount St. Mary's? Because this is a couple times now this season we've seen this offense really be dynamic.
Well, when you look at Jake's personality, and teams will take their coach's personality after a number of years, he wants to push the ball, he wants to score, he wants to give guys freedom to take good quality shots. And if they take good quality shots and they can knock down shots and threes, take them. And I think you see that improvement. You look at the season in 6 games, they put up a bunch of points. You look at a guy like John Mobley Jr., that's his game. He likes to get out in transition. He'll shoot the long ball. So, the biggest thing I've seen is they consistently continue to gel offensively. And then the small areas where we know they got to continue to get better in defensive rebounding, you can see improvement there. So you got to be pleased with where they are. Obviously, there's a lot of basketball to be played, but so far, so good.
Ronnie, obviously, you played for this team before. You've been around this team and this iteration doing what you do for a long time. What are you most anxious about, excited about, learning about a team going on the road for the first time? I mean, we're a month into the season now, and this is the first time that this team has left the friendly confines of the shot.
Well, they had a chance to play. They had a scrimmage, which was on the road against Tennessee. And again, it wasn't a real game, but, Tennessee's a real deal.
Yes,
so
they
it's
are.
a chance to really see. But no fans. This clearly will be a test, regardless of the fact that, Pittsburgh's not a ranked team, but they're playing at home. Teams typically play better when they're at home. But I always will kind of get a judge on a team based on their first true road game against a decent opponent, and clearly that's what they're going to face against Pittsburgh. Anytime a team has lost 3 out of their last 4 and losing a home game against a mid-major, there's going to be a focused number of practice leading into this game. So I think it's going to be important for Ohio State to limit their turnovers, go out and play the way they have been playing. It's going to be a big game for them to finish November 7-0 and starting Big Ten play next month.
Have you liked what you've seen so far from the bench, from the Buckeyes? Because I feel like it's kind of been mixed and matched a little bit, but I've liked it so far.
Yeah, I still would like to see that one guy that Coach Dieber can count on, or maybe a couple guys. Amari Bynum has been solid, but I would like to see a second and third guy off the bench that what you're going to get every single game, whether that's 6 rebounds or, some assists or whatever. And I don't think we've seen that just yet. Again, it's only been 6 games, but I would like to see 3 guys coming off that bench that Coach Dieber knows what he's going to get consistently every game.
Are you saying you're not anticipating Yvonne going 7 for 7 and scoring 15 points again tonight, Ron?
It's going to be a little different. And then here's the thing. Whenever you have success, you move up on that scouting report a little bit.
Yeah.
And when that happens, you're not going to get those easy shots, or maybe not as comfortably as you did the games before.
I don't know if he's fooling anybody whenever he gets out on the court. I think that guy's pretty noticeable. Ron, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on. Have a great call with Neil tonight. Enjoy the game, and we will check in with you next Saturday. We got a little layoff, all right?
All right, go Bucks.
There he goes, Ron Stokes, him and Neil Sika on the call tonight in Pittsburgh. How about Ivan Yagovin last game? Jake Diebler talking about him, 15 points, 7 for 7 from the field, 4 rebounds, all in 16 minutes work.
Yeah, I thought he let the game come to him, and he, like kind of junior. I mean, he keeps saying the same thing, but it applies to big guys at times too. Like, he didn't play sped up in the paint. Each time he finished, it was on his terms. He took his time and played big, and that's what he's got to continue to do. He's got to shore up some things on the defensive side. I thought he, didn't communicate at a high enough level at times defensively, but it's great for him to get those reps because we need them. And I thought he stepped up. He stepped up in the second half in a big way, and it was great to see because he's been trending in a positive direction really since the middle of July. So to see it kind of the production be there for him, I was really happy for him.
Is he going for 15 again tonight? I don't know. Everybody stay tuned to find out. We're going to get you out to Pittsburgh. Buckeye Hoops looking to go 7-0 to start the season. Everybody have an awesome night. We will talk to you post-game. Buckeye Hoops up next right here on The Fan.
You've been listening to Fan Warmup. Stay tuned for Buckeye basketball on your flagship home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio